Okay, so right now I'm gonna go over my hands in the lens. Right now I'm gonna go over what I do know from my earliest childhood, like from ages 1 to 3. Alright, let's do this. So, I don't really know much about what happened in my early age, but I can go off what I was told growing up. So, most of y'all probably had a fairly decent childhood. Don't take that to heart. My childhood wasn't exactly great. Um, I was when I was 9 years old, or nine, not 9 years old, 1 to 3, 9 months old. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and I'll go over what all implies in the diabetes in not much later, in a later episode. But I'm 18 right now. So I've been a diabetic since for almost 18 years, almost 18 years. So it makes it hard, looking at other people, seeing them, eat what they want, drink what they want, and I'm over here, I'm sipping on a diet soda, thinking, man, I would love to have something like a regular drink, like a regular Dr. Pepper, not diet, or a Big Red, but I can't. Let's just fast forward a little bit. I was I was put into foster care when I was 2. Yeah, I spent a year of my about of most of my infancy in foster care, and I was in foster care till I was about I was almost 4, and the reason why was because my biological family, they had an addiction problem. To what, I will not say, because I don't know if they really wished for that to be out there, as well as their names will not be mentioned for that very reason. But so when I was in foster care. I remember my first memory. I remember waking up in a crib. There was a brown crib, and I was in a huge. It was like a huge playroom. There's tons of things to do, like little toys that toddlers would play with. And I remember looking over. It was dark. It was nighttime, so everybody was in bed, and I was the only brown crib out of all of them. I remember thinking to myself, "Where am I? What is this?" And that was really it. I rem- we were in me and my brothers. It was me and my 2 other brothers. We were all put in foster care, because we had the same parents. And my youngest brother, well, he was put in a different foster care. Me and my older brother, we were put in the same because we were very close. Apparently, we cried or threw fits if we weren't together. We wanted to be with one another. So they put him in a younger one because the one I was in, it had a lot of babies and toddlers, most of which can't even talk. We couldn't talk. Um, and my brother, he had his own little special room from what I remember. My memory's a little fuzzy on this stuff, so I know it's not all probably accurate, but from what I can remember, he had his own little room because he was the oldest, and I would sometimes get to go in there and see him. He had a little TV in there, and I would sometimes go in there and eat with him. Sometimes, most of the time they put us in these what were those things called where they put the baby in it? A high chair. They put us in a high chair. And I remember they put on like Pokemon and stuff. I never got into Pokemon. It was very boring. But I remember just sitting there and watching TV and eating. And soon afterwards, we were transported to a new foster care. And that's where me and Charlie stayed. I remember there's this other kid, Arthur, who lived with the people there. He was their actual kid. Me and him had the same birthday, if I remember correctly. So that was nice. Sort of. They never celebrated my birthday, but they celebrated his.
So that sucked.
I mean, what 3-year-old wants to celebrate his birthday in someone else's honor. You know, if that makes any sense. I I remember every night my blood sugar run low, which means there's not like there's too much insulin in me, so I need to eat up. They'd always get an ice cream cone, and dude, I was messy with an ice cream cone. It was messy. Half of it didn't even go in my mouth. It'd go in my lap. It'd go ears, hair, everything. So that was very nice. So around this time, I'm probably 3. All right, we stayed in that foster care for a while. I remember one time I saw the man of the house. He picked my brother up by the ear and picked him off the ground, and so that was really frightening. And a few times they weren't very good to us. They really weren't. I mean, did they torture us? No, but like they had strange punishments. Well, not really strange, but they went about them strangely. Like one of them. All right, so a lot of y'all probably had to go to the corner when y'all were older. All right, so what y'all would do is y'all would go to a corner like this. And put y'all's nose on a corner like this. All right, well they would have us go to a flat wall like this. All right, so we'd have to put our nose against something like that. And we'd stay there for about 2 hours. So that was always fun. One time they told us to go outside, and when we came in, because we were supposed to eat, we ate around 12, 1-ish for lunch. They told us to stay outside and eat. Well, they didn't give us food, and Arthur told us that meant to eat sand. So we ate sand. Very high in iron. Very high. Very good. No, it was gross. Ugh. I remember my mouth got so dry, I was like... So, anyways, that's what I know. As I go on throughout the times of my life, there'll be, of course, more information. But as of that, that's honestly all I know. So, really, I mean, is it interesting? No. Honestly, my life is not very interesting. But it's my YouTube series. I can post what I want, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Joseph out.